Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle, and today I'm going to be reviewing Words on Fire by Jennifer A. Nelson. And if you guys haven't noticed, this is the same author who wrote The Scourge. And if you guys want to check out that video, then make sure you check out my page, and while you're at it, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell and that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this video. So right away, I'm going to give you guys my rating, which is probably going to be a 9 out of 10. This book is a realistic historical book, and I found it very interesting. It was definitely a page-turning book, and I feel like the author did a really good job of kind of letting that fear seep through you and that like tension seep through you throughout this entire book, left you on the edge of your seat. And honestly, this is a really good read that I recommend to everyone. Let's start talking about this book. So the main protagonist of this book is Audra, and she's a normal girl living a normal life with her parents, and she doesn't really get around much. She doesn't have any friends, and her parents are very secretive about their jobs, and her dad will go out sometimes. It could take weeks, days, or sometimes even months for him to come back. And when he does, obviously it's very special. It's a family bonding time. And after a while, she starts to get suspicious, and long nights after her parents think she's asleep, she's actually awake, closing her eyes, pretending to sleep, and listening to their conversations. And she can't grasp much from their conversations, but what she can understand is that they're doing something illegal, and that what her dad is like going out and doing is wrong, and that's basically all she's able to grasp. So as of now, she's been able to infer that it's something about books. And one time when she was like really little, maybe like 6 or 7, she was reading this book, and her mom literally snatched it from her hands, and she told her, "Books are not good, never touch your books." And she can tell that what her dad does is very dangerous, and her dad is a very good example, but her mom doesn't want her to become like her dad because her dad is always out, he's traveling a lot, and of course his job is very dangerous. And this book basically takes place when the Russian Kazakh soldiers are taking over her land. They're all, all over the place, and these books are illegal. They are Lithuanian books, and what happens is that they're supposed to be burned or thrown out. They're completely illegal. You can't read them, you can't learn them, you can't learn the language itself. All of those books gone straight to the trash, and these books, there are very few books, and there are some authors who know the language, of course, who are still writing in Lithuanian, and her dad is carrying around these books and passing them around. And Audra doesn't know this just yet, but I'm explaining it to you guys so you get a little bit of information and are able to grasp a little more while reading this book. So these books are basically a resistance in a way. So you're probably wondering, how are books a resistance? So to them, these books are very important. They can teach you things. They are full of stories, rich heritage, all of that kind of stuff, and you get to learn about what life was like before these soldiers came crashing in, invading their land, completely changing everything. That's why these books are so important, and also it's kind of like the last thing they're holding on to, that last piece of hope, because they're a very small country against these soldiers that are very strong, that came in prepared. They were not prepared for this. So even after fighting back, they can't really win. So these books are their act of resistance. And one day the Kazakh soldiers come running towards their house, and her mom grabs this sack, this backpack thing, and she gives it to Audra. She throws it to Audra, and she's like, "Audra, you run, never look back, and just know that I love you. Deliver this book to this woman." And she tells her who the woman is. She gives her the address, and Audra is so confused, but she knows that the Kazakh soldiers are bad. What she knows that she has to do is, when she's outside of her house, she cannot speak Lithuanian. she has to speak Russian, because if the Kazakh soldiers catch her speaking her native language, then they're going to take her to jail and do some things to her, and make sure, and it's kind of like, you know, making sure that she's going to speak Russian from now on and thereforth. And of course she knows this, and she's really heartbroken because when soldiers are invading your home, and, you know, your parents just give you a book and that's kind of all they can do, they're just fighting back to the soldiers. And they're just two helpless people against these prepared, armed Kazakh soldiers. There's nothing really much she can do, and she knows that they're going to end up going to jail. And the treatment that they gave their prisoners was not good at all, obviously. I mean, what did you expect? The worst that can happen is they're sent to Syria, they're shipped off to Syria, and if they're shipped off to Syria, then they're most likely never seen again, because the temperatures are unrealistically low. They give them enough like food to just like keep them awake, and there's not really any chance of seeing them again. And right now she doesn't really know what's happening to her parents. All she knows is that she's got to deliver this book, and because it was the last thing her parents gave her, it's very important to her as well, because obviously that book was important to her parents. And again, she still doesn't know about her father's job. She's just grasped that whatever her parents are doing is illegal. And before the Kazakh soldiers invaded, just like a couple days ago, she overheard her parents talking about how they would give her another year, just one more year, and then they would finally tell her everything. They would maybe have her, like, you know, start up, join this resistance. But it was just one more year. But of course, the Kazakh soldiers came in to invade. And with this book, this satchel, this backpack, she's now hiding in the forest from the soldier, and this soldier is new. And obviously, if you're new to a job, you're going to try very hard to impress your boss whatsoever. You're going to do your best work. That's what anybody will do, especially a soldier. And in this case, the soldier is doing that. And the soldier is very, very strict, very, very strong, and very cruel. More cruel than any other soldier. And everyone who is a part of this resistance is scared of him. Like you gotta stay like 10 feet away from this guy. And she's hiding in the forest, and this guy's running around trying to find her. And she sees a couple of girls and boys who are, you know, in the village, who she's seen at the market a couple of times, and they spot her, and that soldier is asking them if they've seen her, if they've seen Audra. And they've seen Audra, but they don't expose her, which is very kind. And Audra runs off, and along the way she meets people like Lucas. She meets the woman, and eventually she becomes part of this resistance, which leads her on to this very, very tough journey. And these books were this hope to them. These books were, you know, that wave of determination, that they were like holding on to that last piece of hope. And I really, really like this book. Definitely a page-turning book. The reason why I gave it a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10 is because somewhere throughout the book I felt like there could have been a need of a little more of a plot twist. But apart from that, this book is really good, and I recommend it to all of you. If you guys want to get this book, then make sure you check out the description box below. I will link Amazon, Google Books, and Barnes & Nobles. And as you guys know, I have a sneak peek to my book reviews where I show you guys what the next book that I'm going to be reviewing looks like. And the next book I'm going to be reviewing is Vacancy by K.R. Alexander. And this book is a very, very good book, and I cannot wait to be reviewing this one for you guys. Yeah, so that's going to be all for this video. Make sure you check out my page. I post every Sunday. I love you guys so much, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and the like button. I'll see you guys next Sunday in my new video. Bye!